Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's Vlogmas video is a video I have said I will do for probably a couple of years now, and it's just something that each month I'm like, yeah, I really need to do it, and I've never filmed it, and that is what is on my Kindle. I love my Kindle. I have had my Kindle for 4 years now. Maybe, yeah, 4 years I think is about right, and I love it so much. If you're watching this and you haven't finished your Christmas shopping yet and you don't know what to gift someone and they're a book lover, I could not recommend a Kindle enough. Kindles over the years have changed so much, especially from when they first came out to now, but even in the 4 years that I've had mine, they are so different. Mine's the Paperwhite. I was kindly gifted this by the girls in my book club. I have had a private group on my Instagram. There was, I think, 10 girls, maybe 12 girls, and we used to talk all the time. The girls are still on there, but we don't speak as often because obviously life gets busy. But we used to pick a book every single month, and we used to read it together, and we used to talk about the book together in our little group chat. And I hold that time in my life with such like fond memories, and having those girls, they got me through a lot of hard times, and we were all there for each other. And for my, was it my 25th birthday, they really kindly and generously got me a Kindle. They all chipped in together, and honestly, it's one of the best presents I've ever received. This is like on par with when I received my Nintendo DS when I was in year 8. Like, I absolutely love it. So yeah, Kindles over the years have changed so much. So you've got the Kindle Fire, which works as a tablet as well. This is the Paperwhite. I don't know the version. I honestly couldn't tell you. I think it's the 2017 one, because I think I got it in 2017. But again, don't quote me on that. And I know when this was bought for me, Kindle, the OG one, like the basic one, didn't have a backlight, whereas the Paperwhite did. Whereas now I think the original, like, standard basic one has a backlight, so I don't really know the difference between them at the moment. But as I was saying, if you have someone in your family, a partner or a brother or a sister, depending on your budget, that's a book lover and they don't have a Kindle, I highly recommend them. They're such amazing gifts, and I love mine so much. So like I said, mine's a Paperwhite. This case I got from eBay. It's a really nice, like, rubbery one. I really like it, and it hugs the Kindle perfectly. You can see it's very well loved and worn, and I just love it. So since I first had my Kindle, it's done an update, which I don't like, and I can't get used to the update because I was so used to the old style, and now it's changed. So it's taken me a long time to get used to it, but we'll get there. So this is what, hang on. So you've got two sections. You've got the home page where it says it down at the bottom. I don't quite know why it's showing Percy Jackson right now. Or you've got the library, or you've got the book in the middle, which is the one that you're currently reading. I'm swapping the pages, hang on. Get there in the end, there we go. Okay, so on my home page, you can see your reading list, you can see like what's recommended for you, discovering books and things like that, and obviously this is synced to your Amazon account. And then on your library, which is the one down in the corner, this is how I organise my books. Oh god, I'm getting old. So I have organised my Kindle into folders. So we've got books, Kindle, samples, TBR. So for me, I can't stand like a messy home screen in anything. My laptop, it's all organised. My phone, it's all organised. My Kindle is all organised. My Nintendo Switch. I just can't stand like mess. So, and that also relates to my own life and my home. So on here, oh, and then on page 2 we've got dictionaries, which I never use, and Kindle user guides. that's fine. They're ones that you can't delete, and you can't put them in folders either. If not, I'd tidy that shit into a folder. So books for me are books that I have read. Kindle is like, you get these weird like manual things. Where is it? Like the user's guide. And for some reason I've got loads of random books in there. But you can see like Kindle Paperwhite 9th edition user guide. Can you see that? Just ignore the books. They're books that I've deleted, but they just keep going back onto my Kindle. So I just shove them in that folder. My samples folder is, say I watch a book review or like a book vlog and I like the idea of a book. I will then go on to Amazon, I'll download the sample for free and I'll read it. You normally get maybe like the first couple of chapters, and if I like it and it's in like a daily deal or it's a low price, then I will go ahead and I'll buy it. So I've got quite a few on here. So for example, I have got, let's go focus, Percy Jackson. I've got The Appeal, which I read and loved. What's this? Bella Osborne's Christmas, Ember and the Ashes 7, Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Truly Devious I've read. Serpent and Dove, that's an actual book, I've put that in the wrong folder. Seven Sisters, Ninth House, Dark Shade of Magic, Havenfall, Smoke and Bone, From Blood and Ash, Truth Witch, Out of Love and a Page Tune. That's an actual book. Haven't organised this before the video, but you can see how I like to do things. How many books have I got on my Kindle? Well, currently, read on my Kindle, I've got 56, and on my TBR, I've got 52. It's quite a lot. Stresses me out quite a lot because I also have my actual bookshelf, but I can't sit here and lie to you. My preferred way to read is on my Kindle, and if a book that I own is 99p on Kindle and I own it on my shelf, I will buy it and I will read it on this, because I just, as much as I love the smell and I love holding my books, I'm very funny about cracking spines, and with this I can read in the dark, it's not affecting Neil, I can lie down, it's not heavy, I don't have to worry about cracking spines. You know the spiel. So I'm actually going to sit and talk to you about what I'm currently reading. So one that I DNF'd most recently, and you'll see me talk about all my books and wrap-ups and ratings and everything in the new year, because how I work my content after Christmas is I have a break. I normally take about a month off because Vlogmas just kills me, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. It's just so much work. So I normally take January off and then I start back again in February with my book content and books of the year and all of that good stuff. So I have got The Shelf by Helly Acton, and I just didn't love it. I got 50% through it and I DNF'd it. So I've got that one there. And then I've also got Georgia Toffolo's Meet Me in London, which is the book that I've picked to be like a festive read this year. I'm only 5% in. I don't know if I like it. I don't think I like the writing style. I feel like it might be a DNF, but I'm 5% through. So I can't call it yet. Okay. So we're going to be here a while, so I hope you're ready for this. And I'm really sorry that I can't like plug this into my laptop and talk you through it properly. We're just going to do it like this, and I could be really professional and pull up all of the books that I'm talking about and put the images, but I can't do that for over 120 books. I'm alright for that. I don't get paid for this, so I'm not going to do that. So hopefully this is okay. So first one we've got is Nevermore by The Trials of Morrigan Crow. I read that, really liked that this year. Two Lives of Lydia Bird by Josie Silver. Harper's Fate by F.C.C. Clarke. Didn't like that. Bridgerton. One Perfect Summer by Page Tune. That's another prime example. I own the book on my shelf and I also own it electronically as well. Kendall Ryan, Boyfriend for Hire. That was a freebie. That was a really shit book. Don't recommend. A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. One of my favourite books of all time. Carol Matthews, Christmas for Beginners. Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Sarah Morgan, One More for Christmas. I think that was the Christmas book that I read last year. And I think there was an older mother and she goes to Scotland. Didn't like it. Really put me off a Sarah Morgan book. Definitely own about 15 of her works published. Don't know what I'm going to do with them books, but I own them. The Love Square by Laura Jane Williams. A very Unexpected good read last year. Really enjoyed it on reflection. Might have given it a 3-star, but I'd probably raise that to a 4. I really liked that book. Definitely recommend that author. The Chase by L. Kennedy. That was a DNF. And also, whenever I start a book and I don't like it, I do just mark it as read. I can't remember if I rate them on Goodreads or not. I feel like I've started not doing it because I'm DNFing quite a lot more. But it's just not my bag. I'm too old. I'm not too old. I'm just not a young teenager, or I'm not like in my young 20s, even though I'm only 28, but I'm a mum to 2. I don't really need to read about like college, campus drama. As much as I enjoy that, I didn't like that. All About Us by Tom Ellen. That was a Christmassy read that I read last year, and I think that was a play on, oh, what was it? It was like a classic. I want to say it was like Christmas Carol. I think it was. It was really good. Really liked that. It wasn't like super festive, but I really enjoyed that book. Cassie Clare's Queen of Air and Darkness. Sylvia Day's Bared to You. Cassie Clare's Lord of Shadows. After by Anna Todd. Still has a special place in my heart. Sophie Kinsella, Shopaholics Ties and Knots. The Minute I Saw You by Paige Toon. Sophie Kinsella's Shopaholic Abroad and The Secret Dream World of a Shopaholic. Happiness for Beginners by Carol Matthews. Taylor Jenkins Reid, My One True Loves. Read that, didn't love it. I think that was like an older one of Taylor Jenkins Reid's. It was okay, it's like a middle ground thing. Don't remember too much from it. And then we've got Sally Rooney's Normal People. Oh, this section is when I gave birth to Florence, because I remember reading these literally as lockdown all kicked off and I was feeding in the night. I binged this series. My battery is flashing. I'm gonna go until we die. Not myself, the camera. Erin Watts. So we've got Paper Princess, Broken Prince, Twisted Palace, Fallen Heir and Cracked Kingdom. Literally devoured that series. It's trashy, but I just needed something mind-numbing when we were going through the shit show of Rona, not knowing what it was, not knowing what to do, and having a newborn. That was fun. The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. Didn't like that. Very overhyped book. Paige Toon's Pictures of Lily. If I Never Met You by Mari McFarlane. Didn't like that. Cassandra Clare's Lady Midnight. Falling Too Far by Abby Glines. That was awful. Shattered Rose by Tammy L. Gray. Remember reading that. That was like a... It was like a college romance, but the main characters were like Christian, and I'd never read anything like it. And I remember it was one of the last books that I read the year that I read it, and I just found it very odd. Didn't enjoy it. The Keaton Chronicles by Gillian Dodd. Again, a very dramatised series. Only read the first book. Taylor Jenkins Reid, Forever Interrupted. The One That Got Away by Helen Warner. Merry and Bright by Debbie McComber. What else have we got? Christina Lauren, Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. I feel like that's a really hyped Christina Lauren book, and I don't understand the hype. I didn't like it. Illuminae by J. Christoph and someone Kaufman, Annie maybe? Legendary by Stephanie Garber. That's the second book in the Caraval series. Loved that. Burning Moon by Jo Watson. The Last Piece of My Heart by Paige Toon. The Cozy Seaside Chocolate Shop by Caroline Roberts. I have since then gotten rid of my entire Caroline Roberts collection. Proud of myself for that. I literally got rid of like 6 books. Our Song by Danny Atkins. One of you actually recommended that to me years ago. Loved that book. That got me on the Danny Atkins train. The Man Who Didn't Call by Rosie Walsh. Didn't like that book. Hated that book. Very overhyped. The Deal by L. Kennedy. We've got The Afters. So we've got After Ever Happy, After We Fell, After We Collided. So that's 2, 3, 4. The Honey Trap. That was kindly like sent to me on an E on this. It was like the author reached out to me on Instagram. It's the first and only time it's ever happened to me, and I got to read it and I really enjoyed it when I did. Don't know if I'd enjoy it now, being perfectly honest, but There we go. One Day in December by Josie Silver. Really nice book. I did like that one. Final 7 by Kerry Drury. Loved that series. Did I mention I Love You by Estelle Mascom? Trashy, but loved it. And Slated by Terry Terry. That was the first book that I read on my Kindle. Very good series. Didn't like the third book. The first one was great. What a ride. Isn't it weird how like I can look at that folder and pinpoint when things were that I read them, or when I read them, sorry. Really good books. I would like to know how you organise your Kindle in regards to read books. Do you delete them once you've read them? Do you keep them? Do you reread them? The only one that I've reread, I think, is After. But other than that, I haven't reread any of those books. And actually reflecting on it, I'm not a rereader of books anyway. Like, I just don't have time for it. And I do have some favourites, but they're favourites because they were favourites when I read them. I don't know how I would feel about them if I reread them now. So next folder is my TBR folder. Again, we've got quite a lot of pages. So these are ones that I have probably spent 99p on. That makes me feel slightly sick that I've got 52 in there. Does that mean I've spent £52 on books and I haven't even read them? Like, that's not okay. And that's really bad, actually. That's like £50 cash just sat in my Kindle that I can't get back. That's not okay. I need to work on that. Next Vlogmas, I'm going to do another video where I sit down and I go through my Kindle again and I'll let you know what I read. I think that's quite a good idea. Just made that up on the spot. So, like I said, these are ones that I've brought throughout the 4 years. So it's not that bad. Like just over £10 a year. It's not too bad. So the first one is one that, and also, sorry, this video is so chaotic. My buying habits on Kindle has also changed so much over the last year because I discovered the app on my iPad called Libby, which is related to my library. And my port of call now is I do the trial or the sample, whether it be on my Kindle or on my iPad. If I like the book, then I'll try and get it on Libby. And if I can't get it on Libby for free, normally you can borrow a book for 14 days. Electronically, obviously, through the app. If I can't do that, then I will then see if it's 99p and then I'll buy it. I never spend like £3, £4, £5.99 on a book. The only time I did that was when I first gave birth to Florence, for those Cracked Kingdom ones, or whatever they're called, Paper Princess. But other than that, these are normally 99p, and I do have the habit where every single morning I wake up, I open Amazon, click ebooks, daily deal, and I check the daily deal. I'm a sad act, I need to get a life, but here we are. So, Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. It's this one here. Let's see if you can focus in on that one. It's a really big series, and a couple of them are available on Libby, but the first one wasn't. And when I looked at it, the first one was 99p. And someone that I watch on YouTube called A Dash of Ash, she's an American YouTuber. I like quite a lot of the same books that she likes, and she loves that series, so I bought that one when I saw that it was 99p. I've got Blood and Honey, which is the second one in the series of don't even know what it's called, by Shelby Morin. Brought the first book, haven't read it. Brought the second book, I don't know when I'm going to get to it. Sarah J Maas's House of Blood and Earth. I own that on my shelf, and the only reason I bought it is because that book is so chunky. I wanted it on e-reader because I know I'd enjoy it so much more. Daisy Jones and the Six, Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson. Again, I read Truly Devious on the Libby app. For some reason, book 1 and 3 was available on Libby, but book 2 wasn't, so I purchased book 2. All the Souls Complete Trilogy by Deborah Harkness. This is a series that I got for my birthday. I got the first one from my friend Rosie, and I was able to get the entire series for 99p, so I just did that. Lost Book of White by Cassandra Clare, Law by Alexandra Bracken, Sally Rooney Conversations with Friends I have actually read. I did start it on my Kindle. I got 13% through, and then I picked it up on Libby as an audiobook, so I need to move that into a different folder. Rhapsodic I didn't pay for, that's on Prime Reading. I also have Prime Reading. Neil has Amazon Prime. An option on Prime where if you live in the same household you can have someone on your Prime. So I get the perks of Prime and I don't pay for it, which is great. Wondersmith, that's the second book in Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. Legendborn, I'm 18% through on that one. And again, something that I never used to do was start a book and just stop reading it. I just couldn't get into it, and it was really, really hyped. It's like a fantasy where it's something to do with like Knights at the Round Table or something. And again, it was really hyped up by American booktubers and I just couldn't get on with it. So I'm going to see how we go. So I've got that one. Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I've got a Brandon Sanderson. Yeah, The Final Empire, which is this one here. Again, if you've read a Brandon Sanderson, let me know. It's more like high fantasy, and I thought I was there and I'm not. I'm still at like a YA level. A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. Cara Matthews' Sunny Days and Sea Breezes. Jennifer Niven's Breathless. Sweet Little Lies by Abby Glines. I don't think I'll read that. Good Girl by Piper Lawson. Those two were free, I can just tell by the covers. Nothing More by Anna Todd. Estelle Mascom, sorry. It's the boys' POV of the first book. Just don't mention it. I don't think I'm going to read that. So Lucky by Dawn O'Porter. All Fired Up by Elle Kennedy and someone else. Again, I think that was a freebie. Sometimes there's books that are free. The New Guy by Catherine Freeman. Tarnished Crown by Erin Watt. That's like a novella, this one here. 9% through on that one. Again, I'm sort of past that time. Sophie Kinsella's Shopaholic and a Sister. That's book 4. I'm not ready to start that one yet. Millie Johnson's White Wedding, that was free. Accidental Life of Jessie Jefferson, Page Toon. I've got that. I don't own the Jessie Jefferson series, and I haven't started Jessie Jefferson because I'm saving my Page Toons, and I've only got 3 left. 2 of them are the Jessie Jefferson, Jesus Christ, duology. So I'm not starting that one until I'm ready. Cruel Prince by Holly Black. A Million Dreams by Danny Atkins. Got to be in the mood to read a Danny Atkins because they literally get your heart and they just smush it into a pulp, and I'm not ready for that right now. Taylor Jenkins reads Maybe in Another Life, Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. Sweet Little Memories by Abby Glines, free. The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. Whilst I Was Sleeping by Danny Atkins. You Meet Everything by Catherine Isaac, that was a freebie. The Keaton Chronicles, again, the book that I had it's got 2 books in one. Like I said, I read the first, second's still on there. I'm 48% through on that one. Cassandra Clare's The Red Skulls of Magic, that's like the spin-off series with Alec and Magnus. I actually could do with reading that. I'm in the mood for like a good Cassie Clare, like a complete series. Might put that on closer on my TBR. That Boy by Gillian Dodd, again freebie. Christina Lauren's Dating You, Hating You. Contagion by Terry Terry. The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, don't have any interest in reading that. Christina Lauren's Roomies. Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. 1 in a Million by Lindsay Kelk. Spy Girl by Gillian Dodd. Buzz by Carly Perrin. Coming Home to the Comfort Food Cafe by Debbie Johnson. Jill Mansell's This Could Change Everything. I don't even know why I bought that. I'm not into Jill Mansell at the moment. Julie Kaplan's A Little Cafe in Copenhagen. And finally, Debbie Johnson's Summer at the Comfort Food Cafe. And breathe. My reading taste has changed quite a lot. Actually looking at that and going through that list, I don't really read a lot of like chick lit at the moment. I just find it all very samey, and my style has changed dramatically, and I'm sure it will change in another 4 years, and that's okay. I've just sort of learned not to buy as soon as I see something. Looking at my TBR, the ones that I'm most looking forward to reading is probably A House of Blood and Earth by Sarah J Maas. I'm just not ready to get into another Sarah world just yet. I don't know when I will read it. I don't know whether I'll even read it in 2022. I don't know whether to start that or just completely what has happened to my, I don't know what just happened there. I don't know whether to start that and then read the books as they come out year on year, because I know book 2 is due to come out, I think it's February. That's not how I like to read. I do like to normally smash a series out. However, looking at my last reading year, I haven't been doing that. So, not sure on that when I'll pick that up, because I have got the whole of Throne of Glass that I need to read. Daisy Jones and the Six I'll probably read next year. I'm really looking forward to reading that. Have you read the Chloe Brown series or the Brown Sisters trilogy? Again, I think a month in between, like each month, one of the Brown Sisters trilogy books, came up for 99p. I remember seeing them all go, sorry, I've got the twirly-woos on silent. I'm now blue. Can't be able to stand up and get the remote, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so each of the Brown Sisters kept coming up, and I just brought the first one. Have you read it? Was it overhyped? I'm not sure. What else have we got? The Cassie Clare one that I just mentioned, I'm really looking forward to reading. And all the old ones I literally don't really care for. Probably, if I'm being perfectly honest, it's probably the ones that I've most recently downloaded. So the Cassie Clare, Sarah J Maas, the Shelby Moran series I'm interested in, Keeper of the Lost City series I'm interested in, and then Daisy Jones I'm interested in. So that is what is on my Kindle. Leave me a comment below, let me know if you've got one, let me know how often you use it, would you recommend it? I think they're fantastic, I love them so much. It's changed my reading completely, and I would be lost without this little gadget. It's so small. I don't know the limit as to how many books you can download, but I just love it so much. It would be something that I'd save in a fire, which I know is ridiculous, but I just love it. Let me know if you've read the books that I've spoken about, whether they be on my TBR or on my books that I've already read list. Let me know what you thought. Let me know which ones are your favourites. I'd love to know. And yeah, that was everything that was on my Kindle. I will try to remember next Vlogmas to sit down and see where I got with this. I hope that next time I do a Kindle update, my 52 TBR is significantly lower, but I'm not gonna hold my breath because it's me. And I just love books, and I love buying books and not reading them, apparently. Although I have done 56, so well, it is what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Sorry it's been a little bit non-professional, but it's me, you know I'm not professional. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it nonetheless, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.